Till got manhandled. Looked like he didn't even belong in there, and now it's like this ACL thing. I think it's bullshit, Darren. Show us the MRI, Darren.
Show us.
God damn it. How's it going?
Good. How are you?
I'm doing good, man. How was your day?
Not bad, not bad. Beautiful day at work.
Yeah, it was kind of dramatic.
Yeah.
All right, well, we're back. And I was right.
Yeah.
Once again, bro. Quit picking against me on these main events.
We're going to have to start keeping score on this.
Yeah, I think I'm up 5-0.
I don't think so.
No. Brunson got him.
Yeah, he did. Brunson looked good.
Made it look easy.
You know, so my wife was sitting there on the couch with me.
And you got her watching?
Yeah. Yeah, she watches some. She said, well, let me know when the main event's on. I'll watch it with you.
That's a girl.
I was like, all right, cool. So I told her, I said, hey, main event's getting ready to happen. They're getting ready to walk out. She said, all right. Well, who are we for? You know, she has no idea.
Right.
You know, I can tell her name. That means nothing.
Right. You probably have to be like, the white guy.
Yeah, usually if it's, you know, two different races, that's right. The easiest way. But I said, well, this guy should walk out first. He's lower ranked. And they showed a picture of him. I said, that's him. So when he walks out, that's who we're for. And as soon as it went to him walking out, just immediately my heart sank a little bit, and I looked at her, and I was like, we're fucked.
I thought so, too.
We're fucked. And she had no idea what I was talking about. And I'm like, just look at him. Looks like he doesn't even want to be here.
While he was walking out, I put $10 on the other guy, round 3, and it paid $200, and that was the only bet I hit. Like, while he was walking out, I was like, I got to put some money on Brunson. He looks like shit.
Looked terrible. All week, you know, last week's show, all week when we were talking off air, I was like, yeah, I don't see any way Darren Till loses. And the second I seen him walking through the tunnel, I'm like, oh,
yeah.
There's no way he's going to win.
Right. I felt the same.
Then I seen Brunson coming out, and he was alive.
Yeah, he was hyped.
I was like, uh-oh.
That's blonde Brunson. He's a different man with that blonde hair.
I texted you, blonde Brunson has superpowers.
5-0 since going blonde.
Yeah, there's no reason to go back.
I wouldn't go back. No. I mean, Izzy tried it and looked silly with it, but Brunson looks badass in that blonde hair.
He's pulling it off.
He looks weird normally, though, because you see those shots of him, the UFC, promo shots. He looks like the Tasmanian devil. There's Crash Bandicoot. There's memes going around of him by Crash Bandicoot because he's so wide.
Yeah.
Weird looking motherfucker. Huh. But I like him, and I picked him all week, man. I given Dalton shit. You just not for any reason other than what I said last week. You know, it's his last ride. Till's a big letdown anytime I've been watching him, and he did put on the good fight with Robert, like we talked about. But when I say letdown, I don't mean he doesn't perform. I mean the final result is he's 1-4 in his last 5 fights since getting the title shot with Woodley. 1 win, 4 losses. That's not good, man.
He was undefeated when he fought Woodley, too, I believe, wasn't he?
I think so.
Yeah,
I think so.
That's what I thought.
But point is, you know, this guy's 29, and we're talking about him in a, like the way we were talking about Silva 6 months ago, or the way we're talking, just like, oh, is he done for?
You know who he's really reminded me of after that fight? Cody Garbrandt.
I could see that.
Yeah.
I can see that.
He really reminded me of Cody Garbrandt, a guy that was undefeated. Cody did win the title.
Yeah, Cody did win the title.
Yeah, he had it all, but he never defended it.
Right.
You know,
right.
That is something to take into consideration. But regardless, he did win the title. He had it all, and then fell from grace.
Yeah.
And now it seems like he can't get back on track.
He's got about the same record, 1-4, I think, in his last 5.
Yep.
But, you know, with Till, it's like, man, he's only 29. He's 5 years younger than me. And I'm just getting started in this shit, you know, and loving it. Like, of course, he's still a fucking physical specimen. But something's wrong. You know, I was thinking about this today. Till's biggest fight is with himself, bro.
For sure.
He can beat them all, but he's not. He's got to be inside his own head. It was a British card. It was like, if COVID wasn't a thing, it would have been in the UK. This was built around their British fighters. Mm-hmm. And like the whole team won. Boom, boom, boom. They were 3-0 or some shit. And then the main event, he chokes, looks like shit. The final image of him up against the cage, his head's like the size of a fucking basketball, and he just looks so defeated, dude. It made me sad. Like, I was celebrating with Brunson for a minute, and then I saw him, and I was just like, man, that's a bummer, you know? Like, but, you know, I don't know. The ACL things bother me. His coach is coming out saying he blew his ACL 3 weeks before the fight, and that's why he looked like shit. And there's a story to it. I'm not saying it's bullshit, you know. There's a story. Hey, give me 2 days, he said, and let me see if I can hit pads or something. And they were like, okay. And then they said he decided he was still fighting, and the only thing we could do was coach him. I mean, what are we going to do? Tell him he's on his own? Mm-hmm. But I just hate when excuses like that come out after the fight. Like, at least with McGregor, he fucking snapped his leg on TV live, and we were all like, oh, shit. You know, Till got manhandled. Looked like he didn't even belong in there, and now it's like this ACL thing. I think it's bullshit, Darren. Show us the MRI, Darren.
Show us.
God damn it. But Brunson, man, gets the big win, 5 in a row or whatever it is, and then he gets in the camera and he's like, yo, Izzy, blah, 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 and made a total ass of himself.
He completely ruined the fucking moment.
He ruined the moment.
Ruined it.
I was like on the train, and when he did it, I was like,
shit.
Yeah, like, just damn it, Derek. And I think Adesanya will smack the fuck out of him, bro. I think he would dominate him, finish him again. But he's right. It's his turn, you know. Let the Whitaker fight happen, and then Brunson should fight the winner. I know it's weird. You know, with Brunson's kind of luck, his career kind of luck, watch Whitaker win.
Right.
And there be an immediate rematch with an 8-month buildup. And this poor bastard have to take a fight or two and choke. Because you know Kevin Holland's coming back, and he's going to want another piece of Brunson. Mm-hmm. Shabazian, the 23-year-old stud, they're going to want to give Brunson, they're going to want to feed Brunson to him whenever he's ready, because he looked bad in that one. I don't know. He needs to get the fight now. He needs to weigh in as a backup or something.
That would be great.
Yeah, that's what he's going to
start barking as being a backup.
I think he's like 39, right? 38? He's old.
Yeah, he's on the wrong side of 30.
Dude, he has...
I'm not sure what it is. 37 something.
His highlight reel has like 2011 knockouts in it. I'm like, God damn.
Dude's been around for a long time.
Dude, yeah. And he's whooping all these young studs' asses. It's crazy. Now, Brunson looked like shit on the feet, you know, like always. And he said torn bicep, didn't get to spar the last 3 weeks. And I could see how that could throw you off. But when you've been fighting for 20 years, like, how much can 3 weeks of not sparring affect really your striking?
Right.
I mean, come on. His striking looked bad.
Yes, it was bad.
And we were talking about how Till would probably tag him up a little bit on the feet, and then I thought Brunson would get him down. And I don't really think Till hurt him that much.
No, at first, I think it was in round 3. When they were really starting to go at it.
Yeah, that was the end. Yeah, that was the end.
I thought he was hurt worse than what he was.
He looked hurt, but he immediately just took the guy down, and I thought maybe he wasn't hurt. Maybe he was just like, shit, I ain't playing this game, you know?
Yeah. Got touched good for the first time,
and dude,
I realized it's go time.
You know, I feel like such a hypocrite because, you know, I want to talk about how, like, you know, Till tapped immediately. Like, God damn, he tapped a second after it got locked in. I mean, I felt the top pressure. I've been out of breath, and just a dude laying on you, sometimes I've tapped. Like, whoo, sorry, man, I'm out of breath. But God damn, in the big fight, the big main event, like, fight the hands, man. Roll around, do anything, bro.
He did. He gave up immediately.
Immediately.
That was another thing. So I was telling Maud, I was like, because she's like, oh, did our guy just lose? I said, nah, he's just down. He ain't out yet. Like, never mind, he just tapped. Never mind.
Yep.
I mean, just immediately.
Oh, yeah, you went from it's not over yet to...
no more or less. As soon as he got down, I said, well, it ain't over yet. Just hold on. Never mind, it's over.
Right. Yeah, it was bad, man. It's bad for Darren. I mean, like, where do you go?
Fighting down. I mean, You got to fight down.
Well, let's
way
say
down.
his ACL's blown and that's 6 months off.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the title will have changed hands. Brunson will have fought. Any of the top 5 will probably have taken a fight. Things are going to look a lot different. But one thing that's going to be the same is he's going to need to fight like a 10, a 12, a 14.
He needs to be down, and I'm not saying this is the guy. I'm just saying in this area, like the Uriah Halls of the world.
Yeah, when you
that
mention
area,
that's a good fight because, well, Uriah coming off a tough loss, but he was ascending. He was doing the Brunson thing, like getting a few in a row, and he had some fluke things happen, the Weidman leg break and the Silva finish where Dana was like, anyone else would have finished that fucker in the first round. This guy took 4. Like, he had a bad year. But he might even still be a little too much for Till right now, like just mentally. I don't know, man. Anthony Smith did a really kick-ass thing and went and fought a couple unranked guys in a row after 2 tough losses to top guys.
Yeah, he did exactly what he needed to do.
And he dominated him. He did what he was supposed to do. He didn't brag after the fight. His quote was like, I did what I was supposed to do. If I would have came in here and struggled, you'd all be shitting on me right now.
Yep.
And
I remember when he fought Devin Clark. That was exactly what he said. He said, listen, there's nothing much more to say than I did exactly what the 6th ranked guy in the world should do to an unranked opponent.
That's right.
I beat him in the first round.
That's right.
I did exactly what I'm supposed to do. That's that.
And then he did it again against another unranked. I can't remember who.
Jimmy Crute.
I
think Crute was ranked
Crute might have had 15
something.
or 14 by his name. I don't remember exactly.
Right.
13?
It was,
But still,
somewhere in there. It was in the teens.
Anthony was fighting for titles and top 5 guys. Like, it was a step down, and he won that one too. And a lot of people picked against him.
Yes, they did.
Oh, Jimmy Crute, man, they're feeding Anthony to him. Not so fast, baby. But yeah, I think he's got to take some time. The big thing on the internet is change gyms, man. Come on, change gyms. But you hate to say that because, they did get him here.
Right.
And who's
they
to
got
say
him to the big show.
And who's to say anything's wrong with his training? Maybe it's just, it's got to be a mental thing. I mean, physically he looked like shit, but he couldn't run. I get it. But he's got to be in his own head, bro. He's got to be. He's got to be doubting himself. Like,
yes.
I mean,
he needs to get down, fight an unranked opponent, get your confidence back up, and just
and don't forget, like Darren Till, because I know you're listening, that fighting an unranked guy in the UFC, you're still fighting like a top 25 athlete in the fucking world. Like, it's not like, oh, they're scrubs. No, man, they're all fucking savages. And I know you can beat them. So go do it. Go beat a couple of them.
I don't remember who it was Cowboy Cerrone fought, but it was a late-minute fill-in. And it
Recently?
No, this was a while back, several years. But it was a late-minute fill-in, obviously an unranked opponent, and he won. And when they interviewed him, like, well, how does it feel beating the unranked opponent? Do you still get the same joy? And he said, if you're in the UFC, you're a badass.
That's right.
Plain and simple. There's no other justification you need.
That's right.
You're in the UFC, you're a badass.
You're a bad motherfucker. Yeah, that's
simple
right.
as that. I don't look at it any different.
I agree.
Because at one point in time, I was in the UFC, unranked. That's what he said.
That's right.
He said I was an unranked opponent in the UFC at one point.
And it's a different world. Think about, we always get hung up on bantamweight. It's one of our favorite divisions. But think about all the unranked bantamweight savages, like killers that they won't let touch Sugar Sean or what have you. But everyone's good in the UFC, dude. Last night on Contender Series, they gave 5 contracts. It's the second week in a row. Contender's cool. We've talked about it before. It's like the best unsigned MMA fighters on the planet. They fight each other. I've watched maybe 8 or 9, 10 episodes these last couple of years, and there's some nights where it's kind of a okay night, and one guy gets a deal. But they gave 5 out. And I was thinking about it today, like, I wonder why he keeps giving this 5 out. Is it to just get some attention, some hits, like on social media, like, oh, Dana's giving contracts? It's because, like, all the old guard we see going out, like, he needs to fill it up with young killers. Like, I think our roster here is going to start looking more like Bellator over the next few years. Not, like, go down in quality, but, like, more names where you're like, who's that? But they're still going to be beasts.
Right.
Because they're opening training facilities all over the planet, getting, like, last night, one of the guys was a Nigerian guy. Well, so was Francis. And Dana was like, oh, man, I'm glad to be getting me another Nigerian. Come on up. You got a contract. Like, it's good. It's smart.
Yeah, I mean, how many people did Surreal Gone open the door for?
Oh, yeah. Ton of Frenchmen.
Right.
And how many Frenchmen right now that will never even realize it was caused by are training for the first time, and in 3 years they'll be the guys who are making an appearance in the sport. Like, yeah, dude, he changed the whole country probably. Like, and if he beats Ngannou, it'll be even bigger in France. Like,
oh yeah, it'll be huge.
There'll be a lot of Frenchmen fucking fighting in 5 years, which is good, man. The more the merrier. Like we always say, the more hungry fucking starved killers in there, the better for us, bro. I want them to all make good money, but man, I want them to need to win too, because those are
they need to want to fight.
Fuck yeah. Fuck yeah. Look at Black Beast. Hey, signed a big fight contract. Went out there and looked like shit. Ain't too worked up about it. You know, 2 years ago when he was wondering if he's going to stay on the roster or not because he wasn't a superstar, he was swinging and fucking banging.
He was.
Not throwing 8 strikes, you know. But anyways, you know, that's, you know, bad deal for Darren Till, but he'll be fine. He's fucking Darren Till.
Yeah, he's young.
He might be a Bellator champion in 2 years, or he might
possibly
be a UFC champion.
Who knows? Maybe he has the Charles Oliveira effect.
Yes. And it was cool. Charles Oliveira reached out to him, and so did Hamzat Chimaev.
Oliveira,
Oliveira said, listen, bro, 27 fights, however many fights he had before he got his title shot. Like, Till already had the shot, but and he offered to train with him. Come work on your wrestling with us. And Chimaev, same thing. Like, hey, come train with me. You know, I'm a fucking beast on wrestling, but we'll see.
Yeah, we'll see what happens.
For Brunson, obviously, he's only going to take one of two things.
He made that clear, yeah.
Title eliminator.
That he's cool with sitting and waiting.
Yeah.
Or,
maybe a title eliminator.
Yeah.
Like I'm saying, if Adesanya and Whitaker aren't fighting for 6 months, then he ain't getting a shot for 12. Maybe they say somewhere in the middle, like, you got to fight Costa or you got to fight
Jared Cannonier.
Yeah. Right.
Which, again, that's a striker versus grappler, I think.
Yeah. And Brunson came out today on an interview show and said, listen, doubt me all you want. He's like, I'm going to take him down. I'm going to ground and pound. I'm going to finish the motherfucker. Write it down. And I don't believe that, but I like the confidence. And I like that, hey, that's really what he'll have to do to win. Like, that's the only way to win. You ain't going to go out strike fucking Stylebender, you know?
Right.
So, we'll see. Co-main, Tom Aspinall knocked out Sergey Spivak. Aspinall is a badass, up-and-coming British guy. I like watching him fight. He's only had a few fights in the UFC, and he was real cool after the fight. You were telling me you really liked that about him.
I really liked his post-fight speech when he was in the cage, just basically saying that, no, I just want to fight whoever's right in front of me. I'm not looking to jump to the top 5. I'm not looking to call out the title. I'm not saying I can't compete with these guys. I'm just saying I want to take my time and do it the right way.
Earn it.
Yep.
Yeah, I liked that.
I did too. I really liked that.
He's a classy guy, and he's a savage, bro. I mean, I hope he climbs the rankings, and it'd be cool to have him in the mix in a couple years.
It would be,
John Jones, Ngannou, Gone, Aspinall. You know, I mean, it makes sense.
Yeah, because in a couple years, I would say Black Beast will probably have faded out of the equation.
He's up there in age, 36, 37.
So there's a couple of guys that are probably going to fade out that are up there. I don't know about how old Volkov is.
I'm not sure about that. But I feel like he's got some years left. But
he's been around for a while.
I don't think he's much of a title threat anymore.
No. So he'll have, even if he hasn't faded out of the UFC, he'll have faded out of the top 7 or 8.
Yeah. Agreed.
Curtis Blades, well, something's going to have to happen to Francis for him to get anywhere.
Yeah. You're going to have the Blades, the Rosenstrikes. Those bad motherfuckers ain't going nowhere, but threatening for title,
right?
You know, I don't know. Aspinall's another one of those young, up-and-coming, like, he's got great technique to go with this big-ass power, and he's probably got a good ground game. I don't know, but it's the new breed.
Yeah, it is.
As opposed to Derek Lewis, who's got to hit you with a fucking wild haymaker to win. This is one of those guys who could fight 5 rounds with Ciryl Gane or Ngannou or DC or any of them, you know, like he's a fighter. He's a good fighter. Okay. Alex Morono. That's the dude that took Cowboy Fight on short notice and finished him.
Yep.
I like him. And even though he didn't get a finish Saturday night, I thought he looked really good in that fight.
He was hunting for it.
It
wasn't from a lack of effort.
He was
there
trying.
Ain't no doubt about that.
And David Zawada's a good fighter.
Yeah, he is. Alex is really known for his ground game, and that's why I sent you that parlay where I had him as a sub.
Right.
Like, it paid more, of course. But I'm like, well, that's his specialty. And I was really shocked to see him. I mean, he was hunting hard for the knockout.
Looks like he's been working on striking, which
for sure
is the smart thing to do. And even to utilize it. Like a lot of guys that are grapplers, they get in a fight and they're like, oh, I've been working on my striking, but then they get hit or whatever and they go right back to grappling. Mm-hmm. It looked like he tried for 3 rounds to just stand and fucking bang.
Yeah,
I like that.
All he wanted to do was stand up and knock him out.
It's just another, interesting name for the welterweight division.
It was very interesting what he said afterwards, where he said, a knockout is gold, a submission is silver, and a decision is bronze.
I like it.
He said, that's what I teach in my gym.
I like it.
Like, wow, that was new and on me. I'd never heard that. I've watched this for 15 years.
Yeah, I like that.
Interesting.
But that's what we want, dude. We want to watch the guys going for the kill.
Yeah, I mean, technical fights are great. But who doesn't love a banger?
Yeah. Oh, dude, I love technique and I love watching how lately I've really been focused when they're grappling and even when they're standing against the cage and shit. I love watching how these slick motherfuckers do. I mean, dude, it's when you really try to do some of those body movements, even if you stand in front of your TV and shadow box, it's hard to do that shit. I mean, and these guys do it so. I mean, we shit on them all the time. Oh, he looked like shit. But they're all world-class fucking fighters, But I just like to see a guy really trying to round out the game. He's not in the conversation for top 15.
No.
He's not in the conversation for a big fight, but, maybe he's on his way. We're seeing a lot of these guys on their way.
Yeah, he could be a couple fights away.
Yeah.
And then, if he wins 2 more, makes it 4 in a row, and now we're talking. Give him a 13, 14 rank guy.
Yeah, give him something
See what happens.
I agree.
And then if he keeps winning, keep going up.
Yeah. Sky's the limit, baby. All right, this was the weird one here. The Khalil Roundtree versus Modestas Bukauskas.
So I've been seeing all over on social media the debate of banning the oblique kick.
It kind of blows my mind.
What do you think on that?
I can't believe we're considering banning a move.
Yeah, in no way, shape, or form do I think it should be banned.
No way. I mean,
I wanted to save that for the show to talk about.
Yeah, it's a staple of everyone's game.
John Jones has done this for years.
Yeah, 10 of them.
The past decade, he is that's a major part of his game.
Right.
Because he's so long. I mean, it just
we were talking about him in class the other day, and Coach was like, they're illegal. I was like, I don't think so. He's like, yeah, you can't kick someone straight on the knee. And now a group of the other guys were talking about it, so he wasn't just bringing this up. He was just throwing his 2 cents in. But I was like, are you sure? I see it every Saturday night, fucking 20 times a night. And I think maybe he said something about amateurs. It's illegal, maybe. So maybe that's where this is all coming from. Maybe it is illegal in certain, in certain aspects.
It could be, ONE FC allows knees to the head of a grounded opponent.
Yeah. But the thought of taking it out of UFC blew my mind. Shut the fuck up. Even the guy that got his knee mangled is saying, guys, dude, I should have blocked it. It's a great move. He got me. Leave the motherfucker alone. Let him enjoy his win. The guy who's in the hospital right now is saying, hey, chill, people. And I agree. I mean, I think it was hey.
That's like saying calf kicks should be banned.
Right. Or the elbows.
Yeah.
The fucking elbows. It's like fact that the elbows are banned from the old fucking Chinese videos where people would elbow through boards. Mm-hmm. When the rules were getting made, in the early 90s, it was well, we better make those 12-6 elbows illegal. They could kill someone. But it was all just like movie magic. They're no stronger, weaker than any other fucking elbow. The fact that it's still banned is crazy. Mm-hmm. And to even think about adding another just legal move into that, it's just nuts, man. It's fucking supposed to be. This shit started as anything goes.
Yeah.
No
eye gouging.
Getting kicked in the face, wearing tennis shoes, fucking biting each other's nuts. I mean, there was some crazy shit going on back then.
Yeah, no rounds.
Yeah, no rounds.
No weight classes.
Yeah, 300-pounder versus a 115-pound karate guy.
I mean, you fought till someone couldn't fight anymore. the gist of it.
Preach it, baby. Preach it.
Oh.
But yeah, Khalil looked good. That dude's got legs like tree trunks. No wonder the guy's knee fucking bent the wrong way. I mean, Jesus.
Jeez, the guy's built like a brick shit house.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't like the fight wasn't going one guy's way.
Oh, for sure.
Okay? He was beating the crap out of him.
He was, man. He was. He looked good. He got a finish, and I can't wait to see what he does next. I mean, 205 is kind of weak in my opinion. I think we all agree on that.
For sure.
A big old fucking tree trunk for legs, motherfucker like that, getting in the top 10 would be great for us all. So.
Yeah, anything right now in 205, anything like this is great.
Yeah.
Anything.
Yeah. I'd like to see, I don't want to get ahead of myself because Anthony Smith might win next weekend and be looking on up, but I'd like to see a guy like Anthony put that big motherfucker down and show that, size ain't everything. But he's going to be a problem for people.
He will be.
Yeah, I'm excited to see it.
Yeah, because he was a guy that floated back and forth, 185, 205, and it looks like he has really come into the 205.
I agree.
Put 185 behind him, I hope he has.
Okay, man, now the big one.
The big one, Paddy fucking Pimblett.
Paddy Pimblett. I found out about him maybe 6 months ago because I follow so much like MMA, social media that they put out for every like different organization. Mm-hmm. So I saw him a few months ago, like the orange trunks and him being like all outrageous and whatever, and he would say like, come into the UFC, da-da-da, and I was like, I wonder if he's good. Well, I guess he'd be in the UFC if he was good, but he's here. And Luigi Vendramini ain't no joke.
No, he ain't.
He's a badass, dude.
Paddy was very close.
How'd you feel about the fight, though? Let's say Paddy won by knockout in the first round. But how'd you feel about it?
Paddy definitely showed he can come through adversity. I did like that. He definitely showed he sticks his fucking chin out there.
Big time.
Didn't like that.
Yeah.
Tuck the son of a bitch.
Oh, they talked about it the whole fight.
Yeah. I mean, we were texting back and forth, making me a little nervous here. I thought that was probably about the most for sure bet.
Yeah.
I'm not taking anything away from him. I think he's still great. Definitely proved he was great. Definitely proved he was UFC quality. Definitely proved he still needs to improve a little bit.
I agree. He almost got knocked out.
Yeah, it was close.
He built this up to be the second coming of Christ. He compares himself 24/7 to Conor McGregor, says the new king's in town, da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And then he sticks his chin out there. He sticks his chin out there and gets caught 2 or 3 different times. It wasn't like, oops.
Right.
It happened for 3 minutes.
It had happened a couple of times.
Yeah, dude. I was like, God damn, this is going to be even better story for me and Chad when this kid gets fucking knocked out.
Right.
Like, it looked like it was going the wrong way. And then, boom, dude, he got him. He got him. He knocked his ass out cold, bro. It was awesome.
It was. I definitely think he's a star. A star was born.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Nothing. Okay, now I'm going to say this, and like we talked off air, I've never met anybody that dislikes Conor more than I do.
I know.
For sure.
Pisses me off.
I know we argue about this so much. But I will give credit where credit is due. When Conor came in, Conor fought regularly. He knocked your ass out. He earned his way to the top.
In the first round.
In the first round.
Every
Mystic
time,
Mac
baby.
was calling it.
Every time, baby.
Doesn't take away that I still don't like him. But there's no comparison. Not right now.
No way.
No.
But here's another cool thing, is Conor's on the way out. Now, he may have 5 big fucking huge fights left in him, but still he's closer to the end than he is to the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
This kid is, he's fucking young and hungry and poor and just got a UFC deal and everyone's talking about him. And, yeah, he's the future, bro.
For sure.
Now, it's 155, which is like historically tough division, full of killers, da-da-da-da-da. Think about, he's saying he's here and he's now. He's not saying, I'm going to build my game up. He's saying, bring it. Think about him versus like the shittiest guy in the top 5, Beneil Dariush. Which, totally respect Beneil for being a BJJ black belt. I think he's probably, I would love to just watch him on the ground. But he just don't belong in there, man. To me, he just couldn't beat any of the top 5. I keep saying it. 1v1 him versus the entire top 5, and maybe he goes 1-3.
Right.
But think about Paddy versus Beneil. Does Beneil not slaughter him?
I don't see how he doesn't.
I don't see how he doesn't either. Or who's like a a teen ranked guy in the lightweight division.
Okay, so Thiago Moises was a good guy.
There you go.
You know, he didn't look terrible against Islam.
Is he ranked right now?
He was when he fought Islam. He was
so let's
14.
say he's 14 to 17, 14 to 18. Yeah. Who wins?
Yeah, I mean, Thiago is going to be fine with going down.
Fuck yeah. But he'll be fine with trying to knock your ass out too when you're hanging that chin out the whole time.
Hanging that chin out
bro.
there.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm excited for it. I hope he does do a quick turnaround. I hope he's on one of these huge pay-per-views coming up because we got like 3 monsters left for the rest of the year, maybe but 3 huge cards.
Yep.
3 that I can't wait to talk about a little bit today. But I just don't know how good he is.
And a lot of unanswered questions.
Well, for sure. He only fought for fucking 4 minutes, but, I just don't know.
I have more questions now than I did before.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I could see that.
I do.
Yeah.
I'm more on the fence now than I was before.
I thought he was going to come out and look sharp and, precise. And even if he didn't get a finish, just look like, oh, the guy couldn't touch him. But it was the opposite of that. It was the, I can take more stronger punches than you, man.
Right.
It was like, the fuck? This ain't Mike Perry. You came out here talking like you were Conor Jr. Like,
right. When you're comparing yourself to Conor coming up, you have a lot to live up to.
I agree. But, yeah, excited to talk more about him in the future. I do hope he succeeds. I don't know that he's a champion, but I don't know that he's not. He's Paddy fucking Pimblett. He's a big deal in the UK, and now he's a big deal over here.
So I seen on a Facebook thing earlier where Paddy has already surpassed Leon Edwards on Instagram followers.
I believe it. Poor Leon, bro. Poor Leon, man. Dude can't catch a break. I mean, like I said the other day, man, since Diaz beat him, it's just been all downhill for that dude, bro. All right, I'm almost done with this card. The prelims, it was only 9 fights total. Mm-hmm. The prelims, Molly McCann looked bad motherfucking ass.
She did. She came to fight.
But I will say, Ji-Yeon Kim, the girl she was duking with, was not fucking around either, bro. That was a good one. I don't want to break it down too much just because I don't know anything about either of them. You were mentioning Ji-Yeon to me the other day. I think maybe you knew who she was.
I knew of her, yeah.
But I didn't.
Not enough to really break it all down.
Yeah, and I thought there was going to be a finish in that fucking thing. There wasn't, but I like when the ladies go that hard, dude. I love it, bro.
They went for it.
Jack Shore, he was one of those Brits that he's like Paddy. He doesn't have quite the hype, but he's supposed to be a big deal.
Yeah, Jack Shore was my standout.
Really?
I picked him for the card. We talked a little off air. Everybody's going to pick Tom Aspinall.
Right.
So I kind of steered away from him. That was more to be expected. Ludwig Cholanon, his opponent, was a guy on The Ultimate Fighter.
Yeah.
Good, not great. I don't know. I just thought Jack looked very good. He looked like a complete fighter. He kept his composure very well because Ludwig does this thing where he realizes he's losing, so he tests your ego and just drops his hands. And,
starts slapping himself on the chin and shit.
Does that stupid shit. Yeah. So Jack kept his composure very well and, knew he was cruising to a victory and went on with it. I'm excited to see what happens for him in the future.
I think it's kind of cool that that's your standout because I felt the opposite. DC spoke about it a little bit. I think it was him. Said, listen, man, Ludwig, you were supposed to come out here and finish this guy. Like, all the hype about Jack Shore was supposed to come out here. He was the biggest favorite on the card. Mm-hmm. He was supposed to come out here and put this dude away in round 1. And he didn't. Now, maybe it was the little monologue they gave after the fight, like, hey, this is not a good look for Jack right now. But it resonated with me. I agreed. I was like, yeah, that dude was... I picked him as a finish on a random parlay because he was so big a fucking favorite on the money line. Like, he was supposed to come out here and finish this dude. And instead, he went 15 minutes and, like you said, won handily.
Yeah, he won handily.
But he couldn't get it done. And that bothered me. Not that he's not a badass or super technical guy. Didn't they keep comparing him to GSP? Yeah, they kept comparing him to GSP. Like, he's so technically sound, a lot like GSP. Well, what's the big knock on GSP? He didn't finish anybody. He quit finishing guys towards the end. You said he became like a safe fighter and
he did.
Pointed people out. No one's excited about a point fighter. And I hate to say that because some of the best fighters ever are point fighters, man. Like Wonder Boy is a excellent fucking fighter, and he's not known for going out there and finishing dudes. But, you know, you're not going to climb the popularity chain. I bet Jack Shore don't have more followers than Leon Edwards, if you know what I'm saying.
For sure.
So I
was impressed with him, and I'm excited to see where it goes.
I'm excited to see where it goes too. I agree with you there, but
Ludwig, was he a step in?
He had to be, bro.
I can't imagine they would have gave Ludwig.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, Ludwig filled in on like 10 days' notice and should have got fucking submitted in the first. But the guy I was most impressed with was the fight right before that, Julian Erosa. So I've seen him fight a few times. You have too. Mm-hmm. And they call him Juicy J, and I hate that. I used to cringe when he walked out. But, man, I've been watching this kid for a couple of years, and he is he just don't give up, bro. He's a dog. And Charles Jourdain is a bad motherfucker. And they duked it, bro. Charles Jourdain whooped Julian Erosa's ass for 13 minutes. Mm-hmm. And Julian did this really slick thing, man. He every time they'd break on like a clinch situation or up against the cage, Charles would do this thing where he would kind of hang his neck out and throw like an air ball uppercut just while they broke, and then never connect, but he'd throw it. And he caught Erosa, hurt him. They were up against the cage. It didn't look good. And did that same maneuver where they went to break and he was just kind of bent over for a second. And Julian literally slid this darce in immediately. Like, I didn't even know what move it was until the announcers were calling it, because it was just like he just grabbed it and fell. And it was fucking awesome. I mean, he lost that entire fight, but he won.
Yeah. Dude, at the end of the day, he won.
He won. I don't care what happened. He weathered the storm. Maybe he was tiring his opponent out. We'll never know. Point is, it was just so slick. Like, just, dude, it was just so slick. There was no move there, and then he was choking him, and it was just like, holy shit.
And he was a late minute fill-in.
Yeah, he was. He was. Yeah.
That's why it was at 150 pounds.
That's right. It was a catch weight. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, he took the fight on short notice, so they said, hey, we won't cut down to 45. Yeah. It just really, man, it stood out to me. Like, I wish he would have got a performance bonus, because I thought it was such a slick move. Now, maybe it happens 20 times a night and I'm just ignorant, but it was just like, it was just cool, man. It was so slick. You know, what do you do when you're losing a fight? You don't run away. You try to figure out how to stop fucking losing, and he did, bro. And I hate to see Jourdain lose. I like him. We saw him take a tough loss a while back against another guy we like. I can't remember who, maybe Thug Nasty or something, but
might have been.
He's a good kid, and I hope. I just want to see. I can't wait to see both of them keep going. And then the Canadian Marc Andre, he won a UD to start the card, which wasn't very exciting at all. But
so the performance bonuses did go to Tom Aspinall and Paddy Pimblett, and the fight of the night went to Molly McCain and Ji-Yeon Kim.
Yeah, I think the fight of the night should have been Erosa Jourdain.
I do agree with that.
And
for sure.
I'm okay with the others.
Yeah.
No fights this weekend.
Nope, weekend off.
Yeah, the weekend off, which is cool, I guess. I hang out with the girls, and Cohen starts Taekwondo tomorrow, which I'm so proud of her, like so excited. She was talking about it before I got into training and stuff, so it's not like I've pressured her, but she's definitely, noticed that I'm walking around whistling and doing all this cool stuff that I'm proud of. And she asked me about it and said, I want to go get a black belt like my friend. She got a black belt at Carmi Taekwondo Center is what she's talking about. So we got her starting tomorrow, and I'm excited about that. I got to go to 2 days in a row of martial arts training for the first time. Like, usually I get to go once a week, and I went to sparring on Sunday, and dude, it is like you would not even believe. It's exactly what you think. It's like 10 bad motherfuckers sitting next to each other on a bench with gloves on, and him going, who's next? And you going out there and doing a 5-minute round, like fighting somebody. It was so fucking cool. I've never done anything like it in my life. And I was scared to go out there. I mean, there was 3 actual fighters that are part of our team, and then one of us regular guys. And then the buzzer went off for round 2 to start. Well, the fighters all stayed out there. Like, they want to get 3 or 4 in a row before they take a break. So it was like one guy walking to his death every time, it felt like, and then I was scared the first time I got out there, but it was awesome, dude. First time I took a shot, I was like, okay, that's it. Like, I can do this. Like, but before I was like, how bad is this going to be? I mean, like, am I going to get dropped? Am I going to look like a fucking fool, you know? Guys are kicking, like throwing teeps, kicking you in the midsection, kicking you in the head. Like, this is real deal. Like, once I felt it, I was like, okay, I can do this. It was so fucking cool, dude. So cool. I woke up the next day, felt like I couldn't walk. But instead of being a little bitch like normal, I walked it off. You know, I went and ran 5 miles. And after that, I felt a lot better and went to train jiu-jitsu and stuff that night and worked on some striking. And it's just like it's like living the dream, bro. It's like watching Embedded, but getting to play too. You know what I mean? It's crazy, brother. It's crazy. So I'm into it right now. I'm glad Cohen got into it. So that's hopefully good. She takes to it. Hopefully she's not like, Dad, never mind, you know. And maybe I can cheat. Maybe I can stand in the back and watch my daughter and get some Taekwondo tips without actually having to go out there and train with kids, you know. Mm-hmm. But
you don't want to go out there and kick kids in the face?
No, I mean, they got adult classes and shit. But, you know, I feel like I just joined Team Vinci, and I feel like if I was slutting around with the Taekwondo, that'd be frowned upon. I don't know that. Maybe they're like, no, anything you can get. But I'll let Coach Ramsey show me some shit for a while, and then maybe we'll expand down the road. But, you know, I've been wrestling on my own time and practicing striking on my own. Like, I'm obsessed. Like, I want to learn it all. I'd love to learn some Taekwondo, you know, but right now I just want to focus on this and maybe I don't need anything else. Believe me, we're doing Taekwondo in there. We're doing Taekwondo, jiu-jitsu, wrestling. You know, the other night I was learning how to sprawl. That's wrestling, you know. Striking every class, you know, always working on striking. So I'm getting it all there. It'd be cool to, like, fine-tune an art, but I don't think, like, Taekwondo would be the one I would choose. If I was going to dedicate some, like, actual mileage going somewhere far to train in a different discipline, I would do jiu-jitsu for sure. That's like what I wanted when I first started this, was like a place to fucking learn how to tie people up like pretzels, dip them in cheese, you know what I mean? But this was, like I said last time, if I would have actually joined a BJJ school, I'd be missing out because this shit's the total package, dude. It's so cool, man. But yeah, I'll hang out with the girls and take a night off from going, hey, I'm watching the fights. We're ordering pizza. What do you want? So it'll be good. But, hey, I'm still excited about what we got coming up, dude.
We have, what is it, 3-4 pay-per-views?
We got September, October, November, December. Four more.
And now December's all lit. Yeah, December's still filling in.
Yeah, it's still filling in.
Yeah, because that's not signed yet.
No. And they might pull a January fight to December. They might move the November fight. You never know. It's still filling in.
Yeah. I mean, it does look like it's going to be Dustin Charles.
Yeah.
It does.
Yeah.
I know that's not finalized yet.
All but. That fight will happen.
Yeah, for sure. I think it will.
Was Gone Francis supposed to happen or no? Not December?
I don't think so.
Okay.
No, that was the other big fight on there is Amanda Nunez.
Oh, yeah, Nunez.
Yeah, she's fighting.
I hate to look past it and just say, of course, she's going to win. Who cares? One of these days, she's not. Just like football starts tomorrow. One of these days, Brady ain't going to be Brady. And maybe it's not for 3 more years, maybe. But one of these days, Nunez will lose. But I don't think it's December.
I don't think so either.
Yeah, so
there's going to be that Holly Holm, Ronda Rousey situation.
Right.
But I don't think it's going to be in December.
No, me either. But before that, we got 3 pay-per-views. The first one is the weakest of the 3, and it's still so fucking badass, bro. To see Robbie Lawler fight, you know, watching him fight on a fight night last summer, I kind of took it for granted. I watched him look like shit against Neil Magny, I think.
Yep.
And thought, oh, man, this is Ruthless Robbie. But everybody has a bad day. You know, maybe that was just a bad day, and he's been a fucking savage in the gym every day for the last year, and he's ready. I hope so.
I hope so, too.
And fighting Nick Diaz is the perfect. I mean, it's perfect.
Here they are fighting, you know, whatever it is, 12 years later.
It really is. It's fucking perfect.
Cool.
It's cool. And even the Jairzinho fight on that main card's bitching.
Jairzinho and Curtis Blades is a great fight.
Yeah, it's great. Kickboxer versus wrestler, you know. Yeah, I'm curious to see the line on that.
I am too. curious to see how Curtis Blades approaches the takedown.
Yeah, for sure. Because he just got uppercutted.
He did.
Yeah, to fucking...
Stone cold out.
Yeah. That's what started the whole he's okay thing.
He's okay.
Because he fell down, blacked out with his thumb out. Like thumbs up. That's funny. There's another good fight on that main card I can't think of. I forgot my...
Jessica Andrade.
Yes.
And Cynthia Calvillo.
That's right.
Yep.
That'll be good, too.
That will be.
Andrade is a beast.
She is.
She is, man. She's a bad bitch.
She's fought at 35, 25, and 15.
What do you think about the co-main?
Murder.
Do you?
Yeah.
Is it Valentina?
Yeah.
And she's fighting...
Lauren Murphy.
Oh, yeah, poor Lauren. It'd be cool to see that old bitch snag the belt, but...
Just like we just said about Amanda and everything, trying not to look past them. But it's hard whenever Lauren lost her last fight.
Yeah.
She did. I know we've talked about this before, but I was in utter shock when they read it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I know.
What fucking fight were y'all watching?
I didn't even know Lauren was coming off a loss. I thought she won her last fight.
She technically did.
Oh,
on paper.
Gotcha.
You know the fight with JoJo?
Yes.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
I disagreed too. I thought JoJo won that fight.
For sure.
Yeah, for sure. I'm most excited about the main event for sure.
Yeah.
I still feel the same as I have the last couple weeks, kind of torn. Like, I wanted to root for Ortega. I have been rooting for Ortega. I rooted for him on Tough all season. Mm-hmm. But he kind of showed a little too much dickheadishness for me. I don't know how to say it. He was kind of a dick. And I don't think I'll be sad if Volk runs through him like a choo-choo and then Max gets to fight Volk. Mm-hmm. Beat him a second time,
We talked about this once, but it really is comparable of like when Garbrandt and TJ Dillashaw did their season of Tough. TJ went in the bad guy, Cody went in the fan favorite, and by the end of it, a lot of people's opinions swayed.
Yeah. Yeah, TJ won him over, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Everybody's seen that Cody was a little bit more there for the camera.
Right.
And TJ was there to teach.
I agree that Cody came off as the dick in that season, but one of my favorite moments all time is when he grabs TJ up by the throat.
Snatches him up like a snake.
Oh, my God. What a fucking badass. So, yeah, that's 267?
67, yeah.
And then we got 268.
No, that's 266.
Is it?
Yeah, that's 66. 67 is the one in October.
And that's
67
Jan.
And 68 are a week apart.
Oh, yeah, and that's Jan Aljamain.
Yeah.
Wait, 66 and 67 are a week apart?
No, 67, 68.
Oh, yeah, that's right. The Madison Square Garden card is 68. November 6th. Halloween and then November 6th.
Yeah.
Yeah, so Halloween is, I don't have the girls, I already know, so I'll be watching that shit for sure. Aljamain and Jan.
Yeah, and
I'm picking Jan by murder.
Blachowicz and Teixeira.
Teixeira, yeah, which... Not super exciting, but hey, it's the fight game.
Yeah.
These light heavyweights, anything can happen.
It'll be crazy if Teixeira gets him.
Dude, he could choke him.
It'll be insane.
He could anaconda his ass. He could.
Oh, yeah,
That's his move, baby. Take a few shots from Jan. Jan thinks he got him, rushes in. Next thing you know, they're tussling around, and he's getting fucking anacondaed.
Definitely the biggest fight is the co-main, for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
The rematch.
Yeah, I hope Aljamain puts up a fight. I do. I don't want it to be... I mean, we want all these guys to... We want every fight to be Fight of the Year contender. As a fan, that's what you want. So I hope Aljamain puts up a fucking war. Even if he wins, I'm cool with it. But... Because I've always hated Jan. I don't know why. He just comes off as a fucking... I just don't like the guy, okay? But, Aljamain turned you. You didn't like him before, and then that night... I remember the next day I was sending you links of like, look what he's saying, and you're like, fuck this motherfucker, Mm-hmm. But I kind of like that he was playing the heel.
Yeah, I never did like Aljamain before. Like the whole knee situation had nothing to do with me not liking him. But then afterwards, I was happy that he just embraced the heel.
Yeah,
and went with it. Like, that was.
I remember when he fought
Sandhagen,
and it was a pay-per-view for sure because a few of you guys were at my house, and I was like, they were coming out, and I was like, this is supposed to be the fight of the night right here, boys. Fight of the night right here, boys. And it was. And when he fucking choked out Sandhagen instantly, I was like, holy shit, this dude's good, you know? So since that night, I was kind of like, holy fuck, man, he's good. But the Jan fight's so embarrassing just to see him like down on his hands and knees like that. The way they were holding hands for like an awkward 15 seconds, the knee to the face, the bad acting. Like, of course it hurt. You got kneed in the fucking face. But of course, it's normal for you. You take elbows, punches, and knees all the time. So I feel like he should have continued, took it like a champ, and lost the fight. Maybe snuck a streaky sub in, maybe, but he was fading fast
for sure.
But
yeah, the tide had turned.
Had he done that, had he taken his lump, he would not have got a rematch. So maybe he did the smart thing. At least now he's getting a second title money fight.
You know, and that happened in the 4th round. So the judging on the first 3 rounds, one judge had it. Two judges had it 2-1 for Peter Yan. One judge had it for Aljamain.
Mm-hmm.
So even if he would have continued, surely there would have been a point deducted.
Oh, correct.
And it would have just been interesting to see how the score played out. Take his full 5 minutes.
It would have been 2-1 Jan after 4 because of the point deduction.
Mm-hmm.
And it would have been,
I would assume,
2-0, 2-1 on the other. The cards would have stayed the same because he was winning the round. He would have lost the point.
It would have been 9-9.
So it would have been, he would have been winning on 2 cards. Yeah, Aljo would have lost. I think.
I think so too. Maybe he takes his full 5 minutes.
Yeah.
Recovers a little bit because round 1 he did win.
Yeah, he did.
When he was fresh,
yes.
he won.
I agree. Yeah, so I hope that one goes a little better than last time.
I hope so too.
There's more good fights on that card. I forgot my phone. I was going to go through them and talk about all the big fights, but I don't know, man. I like doing the show, and I like watching the fights, and I love training in the shit. Like, I love learning a little more, you know, more informed than I was before, you know, and some of the shit these guys go through, man, is crazy. Like, it makes me not ever want to be like, he sucks, ever. Because even if you're getting knocked out Gerald Meerschaert style in the UFC, you are a bad, bad man.
Mm-hmm. Well, look at Gerald Meerschaert.
Fuck yeah, bro.
That meant nothing that he got knocked out in 17 seconds.
Right.
He's come back and won a couple fights since then.
Yeah, I like him.
I do too.
I'm rooting for him.
Yeah.
I'm rooting for Colby Covington too. He's by far my favorite.
I like Colby.
I can't wait to see that. That's my most anticipated fight for the rest of the year, bro.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be juicy.
I don't know if I'm as excited for the fight or if I'm excited for the fight week. Can you imagine? Just all the build-up's going to be fucking great.
I can't wait till Thursday when they're all on stage.
Oh, man.
It's going to be good.
What's the co-main for that?
Gaethje and Chandler?
Oh, shit, that's right.
Yeah, they'll all 4 be on stage. Maybe more. Maybe we're getting back to where all 10 main card fighters are on stage because we've seen that once since. But it was the Lewis gone, and there was no superstar really, so who knows?
But still, even if it's those 4, that's great.
Yeah, for sure. I preferred if it would be those 4 on the stage, honestly. But, yeah, we'll keep doing this every goddamn week and
for sure,
watching every fight and see what we can do, baby.
All right.
All right, baby.
Yeah. See you next week.
All right.